Hi friends, this is a very special week. Monday we celebrated St. Joseph the worker. And work and working is such an important thing. You know, we were made in a garden that we were to cultivate. So working with our hands is a very, very important thing, you know. And what we have in our readings this week sort of dovetails into Joseph the worker, who we celebrated the worker on Monday. And we see the apostles, the church is growing, you know, and the apostles are doing all sorts of things. They're even waiting tables, and then they got to the point where they say, hey, we can't keep up with this. So we have to appoint deacons. Basically, that's what they are, those who serve tables. And so we see the beginnings of a structure, a hierarchy forming, which Clement of Rome, who is the bishop 2 or 3 after St. Peter, so you know this is early on, it was assumed that there is a structure, a hierarchy of bishops, priests, deacons, and laity. But each 4 of those have their own specific work to do within the church. And their sacramental duties, of course, can only be done by those who are set apart for that. But all that the bishop, priests, and deacons do is for the laity. And we see in our Peter reading that we, all of us together, are a holy nation, a royal priesthood. Now these words really meant a lot to the people back in those days, and it should mean a whole lot to us. Now this is one thing that Catholics are not good at. I know this because I've been on both sides of the fence on this one. We have not really claimed what's called the common priesthood of the people. What that means is that common doesn't mean something derogatory. It means that we all have this in common, is that we are a holy nation, a priesthood. We are anointed at our baptism and in our confirmation to really do a significant work. And the sacramental things that we do in the church, the Mass, all that's so critical, but it's not only bringing us all up to God in worship, sweeping us all together to the Father, but we are sent out to accomplish something. However humble it might seem, it's important. I mean, what St. Joseph the worker seemed to be pretty humble to all observable eyes, but look what he did. Right? It's amazing what he did and the implications. The same is true for us. We've got to see ourselves as priests. We're anointed to do great things. We're anointed to do that which is above and beyond our natural abilities. That is what St. Paul calls working in the Spirit. Working in the flesh is just doing what everybody can do by their natural abilities. And he said that doesn't count for much at all in comparison to what can be done in the Spirit. And so this weekend, as we think about our patron saint, St. Joseph, think about him and what he did, what he accomplished, because he would have been what we would have called the common priesthood believer. He wasn't anointed a priest back in his day. And there's so many saints that took their call so seriously. So let's rejoice together this weekend and think about what God can do through you. God bless.